Alrighty. Welcome to Kahn's Better Health Coffee Table Talk number 18. And today I'm going to pull another card from the Herbcrafter's Tarot. I didn't do it beforehand, and no real rhyme and reason to when and how. I just pull cards when we do coffee table talks. I'm glad you're here. Sandy, I know you're here. If anyone else is here, if you just say hi, I can actually know that you're around. If you're watching live on Facebook, that is. If you're watching the replay anywhere else, of course, you won't be able to message directly during the live. And today from the Herbcrafter's Tarot, we have the Five of Earth, Slippery Elm. I'm already really interested in what this one has to say. These are really pretty cards, and they are on the website at kahnsbetterhealth.com. And if you use the code DEC12, which is abbreviation or short for December and 12, you get 12% off on the website. And the Herbcrafter's Tarot cards have lots of herbs and bottles for your oils and roots and butterflies and things you find in your herb garden. And the Five of Earth Slippery Elm card looks like this. And I'll find that for you real quick. The Slippery Elm says, soothe the pain of those in need. Even the wounded can heal. You have the skills it takes to survive any crisis. Cough drop. My tongue ain't working. Hey, Christina! Just went live and pulled the Five of Earth Slippery Elm card. And then I crunched my cough drop, so it's making a mess in my mouth while I try to read. A slippery elm sapling sits in the empty yard of a beloved home that has a white painted chipping from its sides and boarded up windows. Wind supports are in place and the tender trunk is protected from deer by a circle of bamboo. The home is old and in need of repair, but it is sturdy. The old black chairs rock in the wind. Economic and physical hardship may cause stress. Setbacks can take you by surprise and reduce vitality. Alienation from your support system compounds these issues. While slippery elm is a valued botanical, for the first few years of its life, the bark provides medicine for inflammation and materials for baskets. Its health is threatened by Dutch elm disease. All trees eventually become susceptible. Slippery elm teaches that even in hard times we have access to our resources if we don't lose faith. You have the skills to protect what remains and make it through this crisis. Create a warm and comforting place to hole up while your situation improves. And Crafting with the Five of Earth says, take slippery elm lozenges to soothe a stomach upset by worry and stress. Hey Sammy, I'm glad you made it. Honor the gifts of the slippery elm. Support United Plant Savers efforts to protect this plant. Take a wild skills class and learn to make containers from slippery elm bark. How cool is that? That's a great card for the end of 2020. The slippery elm. So just like us, that if we use each other as support, like the bamboo here, we'll make it through this rough time. And that's what the card is saying today. And I shut the book. I should have left it open. Five of Earth, slippery elm. So it says the old home is in need of repair, but it's sturdy. And we can be comparing ourselves to the old home. We might need some repair this year, but we are sturdy when we stand together. We definitely have come a long way this year. All of us as individuals and as a group and as a family. And I got distracted by a cat scratch. um, this is so true for like all of us. Economic and physical hardship may cause stress, and setbacks can take us by surprise. And when we alienate from our support systems, the issues are compounded. Oh, that's cool that your number is 5, Sammy. That's great that we pulled the 5 of Earth today. And I really like that card and what it has to say to us today. We just like I said the last couple days, we're going to do, and we tried it, the group, the room for Christmas Day, where as a group we're all going to get together and hang out, coming and going as we do Christmas in our own way. Oh, that's cool. 5 is your number and Earth is your sign, so that actually came together there. Hey, Belinda, thanks for joining us. And so that card also for that whole support system, and not alienating. For those of us who are going to be by ourselves, we're not going to be alone. We tried the group. It was a lot of fun. The room, I keep saying group. We tried the room. It was a lot of fun. We had up to 11 at one point in the room, but some were coming and going. And you can leave and come back, which is really cool. And we won't get, like if we want to come back, we just grab that link and come back. So that's awesome. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Whether or not we have little ones who want to come on camera and show their new Christmas toys from where they got toys or whatever. Or just sitting around on camera, seeing what everybody else is doing, not really saying much, just kind of hanging out. I think it's going to be cool. It was really fun to do it the other night, and we stayed there for a good little while, which surprised me. Um, so I did just get a gift box, and in my gift box was something from my buddy, friend, co-seller, however you want to say, Jason Barna, with Phoenix Rising Apothecary. So this anxiety tea made me laugh, because those of you that know me, running so many groups and doing so many things at once, you can get a lot of anxiety. And then I have 4 cats, and I have youngins, and I have youngins friends, and I have kids starting jobs, and I have major COVID outbreaks in my state, and just like all kinds of going on. So it was super cute to get an ounce of anxiety tea in my box today. That was really cute. And very, very, very appreciative. Also, from my box, my beloved secret admirer, I'm not going to tell y'all who it was, sent me this pretty ring. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Even though it's kind of blurry. It's like, turn the other way. A blue, looks almost kind of like a sapphire in the center. And then it has 2 paler blue that look more aquamarine on the sides. But, I'm not used to this camera. Oh, at all. Super pretty, cute ring. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, Phoenix Rising Apothecary stuff is awesome, Samantha. They have tons of different things. Anything you can think of, herbs, tinctures, for herbal or apothecary. They have great stuff. And then they also do have a few other things like crystals and stones. And these are bifocals, but I see the computer screen better without them, but I think I'm cuter with them, so it's kind of like, oh. Just got up to speed. Do you mean the Facebook lag thing? There, Sammy, is that what you're talking about? What, Charlotte? My kitty cat's talking. Charlotte! Oh my gosh, that cat sounds crazy. She's like, whoa. I'm like, what? My expressions. I'm very vocal with my facial expressions and my hands. Some people get annoyed by it, but I'm like, oh, it's who I am. You don't like it, you just can't look at me. I think I've seen my sister do that. I look just like her. Okay, the business page with the webcam is definitely weird and different. There's a lot of buttons to push before I can actually just go live. And it does say that I can allow y'all to rewind the video. I guess like if I'm live and you miss something, you want to rewind it a couple seconds or more, you can do that while I'm live, which is weird. But I'm glad that you were able to refresh and catch up to where we are. That's really cool. So right now we're here. No, we're here. Right now we're we're here. Here now. Here now. Here. Wait. Here. Here. Wait. Wait. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, the things that I've been working on lately. You have resting what face? You know, hey Wendy, I'm glad that you're here. Hopefully you've been here the whole time stalking like usual. Yeah, here we are right now, right here, here, right now. We're here. No, wait, I don't know where we are. I'm over here, you're over there. Wait, I'm over there, you're over here. Wait, what? So, the things that I've been working on are more certifications to help bring you guys more knowledge. A lot of it I've talked about the last few coffee table talks that I'm able to go through them fairly quickly because I know a lot of the material, and this is just reiterating what I know, and so I've kind of moved a little quicker than I should have through some of them. Yep, no matter what, you're always somewhere, and I'm always somewhere too. Usually people say, "Are you there?" I'm like, "No, I'm not there. I'm here." But since I've been working on more certifications to go with the crystal healing and the meditation and the cognitive behavioral health therapy and the scrying and I haven't done any more updating to the website um, between kids and work and cats and this and this and this and this. I didn't update any more of the items yet. So take a look. You probably haven't been able to see all of the 500 or 600 items on the website as of now. So if you're watching this live, replay, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, wherever, check out www.kahnsbetterhealth, KAHNS, betterhealth.com. We have jewelry, we have spheres, we have towers, we have um, specimens, we have colored rice, we have charcoal briquettes, we have smokeless Japanese charcoal, we have incense, sage, chakra sage bundles. You name it, metaphysically, we have something. And we have small boxes. Thanks for that link there in the comments, Sammy. If you are watching on Facebook, you can grab that out of the comments now. If you're not seeing it, it's because Facebook likes to filter comments. Just simply go over to the click down to newest comment so you can see everything that you may have missed. Yep, that's it again. And if you are watching this in another group, I'm going to give you the business page. Both of them did work perfectly, Sammy. I really appreciate it. And the facebook.com/Cons Better Health is my group page where we do the coffee table talks. And to answer Samantha that you guys can't see, we are doing DEC 1-2 for 12% off on the website right now through the end of December. Be sure to check back around closer to Christmas Day. There may be an extra code in there for a little extra discount. Who knows, I might do free shipping. Who knows? You never know with Cons Better Health. We just do what we feel like. Why not, right? Alrighty. Oh no, you're perfectly fine. I do a lot of 20% off discounts, so DEC 20 would have been a great one to use this month, but I did 12% for the 12th month of 2020. And I should do like 50% to get 2020 to get out of here. Get out with a bang. Don't come back. Okay. So last night we had a lot of discussion on fostering animals and what animals we love and don't really care for, but we still love them, and talking to the trees and cutting grass and giving it a haircut and lots of good stuff there. So tonight, do you guys have a subject you'd love to talk about? And I was trying to find the lady who asked that question to see if she knows anything that she'd love to hear again, like last night. And I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was a Denise something. Let's see. That cat in there is just talking up a storm. What you want, kitty cat? And I'm going to do share. Oops, no, I'm not, because it's sharing as my business. Let me switch to me. She did have some really awesome questions last night, and I thought it was great that she came in to join us. That was really neat. Gotta try to find her. Denise. I don't think she was a friend on my list, so I may not be able to invite. But I can do this. Reply to we're at it again. Alrighty. And actually I can probably do that and see how that goes. Oh, yay! Uh-oh. My son just said a dirty word. That is funny. So Samantha said she got the black light. Okay, because I suggested a UV light for crystals because I love to play with my UV light and crystals. because the ones that are UV reactive will fluoresce. I'm trying not to shine the light in you guys' eyes. Ooh, that's crazy looking on this camera. Oh, how funny. It's not showing up on the camera. Like, it's just showing up bright. Let's see. Yeah, the UV, black light, UV light, they're low, low and high wave. Highway, low wave. UV, black light. It's all basically the same. Okay. Oop, no. See, I'm trying to catch it. That pink, it's just kind of reflecting with the camera. See that pink here at the bottom-ish? Sometimes that bright pink. That's what it looks like in my hand to me with my naked eye, not on the camera. So, it was funny because they also show dust and stains and crazy things. So if you get one and you kind of run around your house saying, oh, look what fluoresce, you might see things and go, oh, what is that? They're really fun and cool. Yeah, they some things will glow a little longer after you turn the light off. My daughter um made me I call him a clay man, and she made one with glow in the dark clay. I'll show you. So here's the little clay man my daughter made years ago when she was messing around with some clay, and it's really cute. And then if you put the UV light on him, the orange really fluoresces big time in there. And he's got his little tongue hanging out. So cute. But I put the UV light on him, and then he glows in the dark. And he glows for like a long time. Like super glow in the dark. The light over there behind me isn't showing you as well. I'm going to do the back also. So see how that's actually like glowy, and where the light's already faded a little bit is like a bluish teal. But at nighttime, if I want to play around and it's dark in here with the lights off, I'll just shoot the UV light at the little Martian guy she made me, and then leave the light off, and he'll be sitting on the mantle glowing. It's so funny. And then I dropped him. Motherfucker. Bad language. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear me drop it and say a dirty word? I was putting it back where it came from, and it just slipped right out of my hand. Like it didn't even exist in my hand to begin with. I think the little antenna on the top fell off. Did you hear that? No, did you hear what I said? Yeah, sorry about that. So, there will be a bad word on this video because she made that years ago, and I can't believe it just fell right out of my hand. Like I didn't even have a hold of it. Which happens quite a bit with me. And, to get on that subject, I think it's part of the rheumatoid arthritis that I actually have my first appointment for this month in 9 days. And that's going to go over real fun because doctors don't like it when I walk in and go, no pain pills, period. I don't want cortisone shots. I don't want medication. I don't want this. I don't want that. They're like, why are you even here then? Because I want you to be a doctor and fix it, but I don't want you to give me a bunch of drugs. Which is what they like to do. They'd rather drug you and mask symptoms than fix the problems. So we're going to see how that goes over. So if you guys have any kind of like herbal remedies or ideas for arthritis on your spine, hit me up because I've been trying everything I can before going. And it is true. They really do love to push pills. And since the whole thing where the doctors got in all the trouble for pushing too many pain pills, the first thing they do is say, I'm not giving you pain pills. And I'm like, I'm not wanting any pills. And they're like, but I'm not giving you pain pills. And I'm like, okay, don't give me no pill. And it's funny because they just don't get it when you do that. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't do drugs. All right, so moving on, at least not pharmaceuticals, because pharmaceuticals will kill you. Moving on from that. Oh, I know that the weight loss has helped tremendously for the back pain. I know that the more weight I gained, the worse the pain was, and the more weight I've lost, the better the pain's been. Now, when I do a lot like vacuum the whole house and do a bunch of dishes and do things like lifting or heavy moving, etc., it does cause like the inflammation and the pain to be worse. Your dad has been disabled half his life. Wow. Thank you, Samantha, for saying that you think I look great and my light is shining and you love seeing me. That's awesome. I'm really trying to get back to where I was about well, we're in December now, almost 4.5 years ago now already. Um, in 2016 when I made uh, I don't know how to describe the decision I made other than it was not, I wasn't ill informed, but I was not as informed as I thought I was. Also, I thought I had me together enough to be able to handle the decision I made, and I really didn't. So that goes along with that whole gut and listen and do thing that we talked about a few times. And yeah, so I'm trying to get back to that. And for your dad, yeah, when they blanket all those pain pills, when somebody's been on them for so long and they just stop giving them to them, that's crazy. It's not even smart. Like if I was a doctor and I had been giving someone the same pain pills for 20 years and then cold turkeyed them, I know what it will do to him. So that's just so insane that they even do that. And it's sad that he's always in pain. Pain actually is a big part of why my mother refused to keep living. So she didn't take her own life, but she did not keep her own life. She basically, I would call her on my way to work Monday through Friday, and um, months of withdrawal symptoms from prescription painkillers is intense, insane, and crazy, crazy, crazy. Plus, it will cause people like your father to go out and obtain painkillers or drugs in other manners, which are way more harmful and just, oh my gosh. Uh, One of the big things I do for the inflammation in my spine, and that causes a lot of pain, is frankincense and copia oil in a veggie cap, 5 drops of each. I heard you're supposed to use like balsam fir, but I don't have that oil, and I don't know a great replacement for it, so I just use frankincense and the copia. And that really helps a ton when I do it. I also use something that I get here in North Carolina called hemp freeze that I do also sell. And it's kind of like that Bengay stuff, but it's not stinky, funky, crazy, and it works really well. It's got CBD in it. I am glad that you're able to show your father the support that he needs, and hopefully, just keep researching and keep looking and keep asking questions. Um, if you care to share with me here or in a PM, a personal message, or a private message, what it is that is the problem, I may have a little bit of knowledge and idea what, to help. For instance, I know with me, with the arthritis and the rheumatoid issue where the spine is fused itself, the weight loss, huge help, huge help. The oils, huge help. The hemp freeze made with CBD, huge help. So if I keep up those three things, not overeating so the stomach's not pressing the spine, not overlifting, different. I'm real good about catching triggers. I've been great at catching triggers my entire life. It's how I've been able to manage the PTSD for the last year and a half, and the different things there. Um, I'm glad I'm always helpful for you. That's awesome. And what was I gonna say? Oh, there I went talking and forgot. so, so Phoenix is saying that both her parents were opioid addicts, and that's just it's you hear so many cases where the physician, these people who are in control of our health, give us things that are bad for us and cause us to become so addicted, and then they take it away and we go out and we buy street drugs and illegal things, and it ruins our lives or even takes our lives. I have a dear friend from high school that his wife was in the parking lot, her trunk, and a car hit her and damaged her body, and she could never work again. She got hooked on the pain pills, she got hooked on the opiates and stuff, and it took her life in the end. Young, young. This was several, 5, 6 years ago, and she was a little younger than me, so she was early 40s at most. And it's just sad. She never got to see her grandchildren. She never got to see her kids graduate. It's just crazy. And to be able to be here and offer advice or knowledge for healthy alternatives is why we have named it Kahn's Better Health. So I'm really glad that I can do that. That's right. So another thing that I'm learning, taking classes for cognitive behavioral health therapy, is it's not fast acting. It's not something that takes it away right now. So if you are seeing a psychologist, what most people with mental illness want it to go away now. These things take time. Natural products take time. It's not a self help overnight process, it's a self help lifetime process that you don't give up on, that you don't quit, that you don't go, it's not working today, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. Yeah, a lot of people do say they don't work, but they do if you give it a chance to work. You don't learn to walk in a day. You don't learn to ride a bicycle in a day. You don't learn to drive a car in one day. It takes time to do these things. And that's right, Samantha. Everybody's used to that instant gratification. My mom, and I think that's what I was going to say about something about before she passed away, but my mom was the same way. Stubborn, 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 stubborn. And she started listening and taking my advice, which is why it was so sad that her life ended so abruptly, because she was actually trying. She was paying off bills. She was starting to do things differently for her own personal health. But what happened, for those of you that don't know, is my mother and I would talk on the phone every morning on my hour drive to work. So from 7 ish, give or take 10 minutes, till almost 8, give or take 10 minutes, I would talk to my mother. And that Monday morning in June of 2017, I was calling her on Monday and I got headache click. Nothing else, just headache click. And it was like, and I could barely hear her. So I was like, oh, she's got a bad migraine. I'll call her tomorrow, which I did on Tuesday. I called. And I said, hey, Mom. She's like, hey. And I'm like, how you feeling? She's like, oh, a little bit better. And I'm like, well, do you know what caused your headache? Because I constantly, and that's probably where I started this whole healthy kick, is back in the day when I was a kid and my mom would get bad, debilitating migraines. I was already raising my sister and my brother because of her other issues with drugs and alcohol, due to her husband passing away at a very young age in a very young term of the marriage, the day before their 1 year anniversary, I believe. Um, I was constantly trying to, what happened here? Why do you think this is happening to you? Type of deal with my mother. And she started listening and started getting better. Tuesday, what do you think caused your headache? Well, I think I know. She went, well, I think I know, but I don't want to tell you. I said, oh, I get it. So, what do you think it was? And she said, I think I had a heart attack Saturday. Saturday? It's Tuesday. Mom, you think you had a heart attack 4 days ago? You haven't eaten since Saturday. You know your blood sugar is sky high since Saturday. You haven't called a hospital. Haven't called an ambulance. Haven't even told the neighbor. You're just telling me 4 days later? Well, I said, all right, Mom. I get it. I get it. She spent her whole life in pain. She was born with rheumatoid arthritis. They said she'd never walk, but she did. She's had umpteen surgeries, you name it, she's had surgery. She has degenerative disc disease, so she has pins and needles, and well, had. She don't have a spine now, she was cremated. But, um, yes, she did. Had a heart attack on Saturday, didn't tell anybody. Went through all that pain and all that agony alone until she told me Tuesday. And I was like, I get it. I know you don't want to be here. I get it. But you should call the doctor. Well, I have an appointment tomorrow. I was like, Mom, you should call the doctor today. And then my husband called and I said, well, David's calling me. It's weird. He doesn't call me this time of the day. Let me talk to him and I'll call you back tonight. And I didn't. And when I called Wednesday, it was already too late. She had already passed away in her sleep. So she had her like nitro or nitrogen or whatever that stuff they give you for heart attacks, in her fist. And I blew up my aunt's phone. It took her 2.5 hours to go around the darn corner to check on my mom, 2.5 hours from me. And then after that, quite a bit of time later, excuse me, my sister calls me because my aunt called my other aunt called my sister, but I'm the one that called my mom every morning. That kind of irked me that I already knew my mother had passed away and nobody's calling me. But stubborn. Oh my gosh, she is a stubborn old mule. And Samantha, that's great. I love you, and I'm so appreciative of you saying, oh, hun, hugs. But she was in pain her entire life. She's not now. She was one of those moms that you can take it or leave it because she had her own issues. Now, granted, I helped and tried to help as much as possible. I didn't help as much as she wanted. I didn't help as much as she thought I should. I helped as much as I thought and felt like I could help her, but I probably could have done a little bit more. Um, but I didn't. And I don't not love my mother. I love my mother. She's my mother. She's the only one I have. She's the only one I'll ever have. Love her. But she had a lot of issues that were passed on to me, that were passed on to my children, that were going to be passed on if they have kids, as well as to my siblings. And they're hard. They're tough, you know. Had a brother that was a young teenager getting locked up for doing stupid stuff. Had a young sister who, has her own things because of what she went through because of our mother. And I knew my mother wanted an out, and she took the first one she got. So I can say that I'm grateful that my mom's not here in pain. emotional pain, physical pain, financial pain, loneliness pain. She had a list of pain longer than my whole 2 mile road, 4 mile, 2 mile, whatever this mile road is. She had a list. She had the diabetes, she had the arthritis, the rheumatoid arthritis, she had this, that, and the other, and the other, and the other. We don't get out of life alive. Hopefully, we get out of life happy. Hopefully, when I die, whether it's in the middle of the night from a heart attack, an explosion in a car ride, when I get in an accident, whatever the case may be, crazy 2020 disease, who knows? Whatever it is, I hope I go out with a smile on my face and that I'm happy because I'm surrounded by people who understand and love me. That's my biggest thing. Yeah, for us to just love each other enough to go, Shannon was a fantastic person and now she's passed on. Let's party in her name and in her honor. Don't freaking cry about it. I'll be out of this crazy town. Yeah, these bodies aren't meant to last. These bodies aren't meant to last. These bodies are meant to house our spirit and our soul to teach us what we need to know to get on to the next body and the next body, or don't come back because we've learned enough to be where we need to be spiritually. And it, Samantha says it's a temporary vessel, and she's absolutely positively correct. Now, temporary, some of us want temporary to be 100 years. Some of us want temporary to be 20 years. Some of us want temporary to not be. Some of us want temporary to be hundreds of years. And it's all how we treat ourselves and teach our children to treat themselves and teach them how to teach their children how to treat themselves uh, physically, financially, emotionally. That will get us further and further in life. So if we start now because our parents didn't, then at least we can do what we can do now and move forward. And um, I'm kind of glad that the coffee table talk kind of went that way because I've been on that whole emotional roller coaster and that whole diet roller coaster, and I'm gonna tell y'all what, the the vaccine scares me. The vaccine scares me because we've come so far as a society and as a race of human beings that it's time for it all to end again. And if this vaccine contains some of these crazy things people are saying they contain, then I'm afraid. I'm afraid for my future. I'm afraid for my children's future. And if they're able to have children, their children's future. I'm afraid that we have to revert to growing our own food organically. We have to revert to taking control of our own health and not relying on doctors and hospitals. We have to revert to learning how to take care of ourselves again and not rely on the government and the grocery store and the gas and the cars and everything else. The temporary vessel goes, you ain't gonna rely on all that crap. So it's better to rely here than it is to rely out there. That's right, Samantha. I feel that in my gut that humans are a virus to this planet and Mother Nature is going to win. And you're right, because it's been proven in history that a couple different times the entire planet was wiped clean. And it's past time for that to happen again. So, the virus is scary, and I'm afraid of things like that taking me out of here. But as far as the planet itself just going, I'm done, and taking us all out, I'm not afraid of that. It's weird. It's like I'm not afraid of death. I'm not saddened by death. It's a natural process, just like being born. Oh, excuse me. So what makes us sad during death is our lack of it's ego based. It's lack of having that person with us. My mom's not sad. She's far from it. She's very far from it. She's happy. She's where she's wanted to be for as long as I can remember. a big apocalypse fan. That's funny. This thing keeps sliding, and my hair is too short to make me cute without it. Ooh. But anyway, so yeah, the apocalypse is coming. Nanotechnology is going to get shot in all our veins, and we're all going to turn into zombies, and we're all going to die. But okay, it is what it is. If that's what Mother Nature and the planet and the universe and core or one have in mind, so be it. If that's what it takes to get us back to square one, back to nature, back to healthy, organic, no chemicals, no crazy, no plastics, no nothing. Get the wash rag out and wipe that thing clean. I don't even care. Good for the planet. Good for one. Good for source. However you want to call it. Good for God. God bless this whole friggin' place. You've been training for zombies your whole life and rooting for the zombies and ready for the apocalypse. Okay, so number one, zombies. I don't want nobody biting me that hard, okay? Not that hard. You can bite me, don't bite me that hard. That's scary. Number two, if you're gonna bite me and give me some crazy brain dead thing, just kill me. I don't need to be brain dead and walking around. Just kill me, kill me. You've been training, and we already have a society full of zombies staring at their electronics and not the zombies you trained for. That's hilarious right there. It's true, but it's it's another reason why we need the giant wash rag to wipe us all down and clean this all out, because if you think of Atlantis and before those people became so smart and then got taken away. Okay, if you think of Atlantis and how smart they were and everything they were accomplishing, we're there. We're there with the electronics, with the nanotechnology, with the what's that word when they make people from people clones? Holy crap, they've cloned a human or three or 10, we don't even know how many now, and goats and clones. Scary, scary, scary stuff, okay? The universe does have a great sense of humor to say, we're going to bring you zombies, but then they're all just like zombie looking down at their phone, walking around, bumping into each other, and don't think it don't happen, because it does. Um, but yeah, that is kind of funny. That's a great sense of humor there. Ah, yay. Good thing I brought my water over here. I'm talking away tonight. Alrighty. We have some garnierite, green moonstone, gallets or palms for 12 bucks. And I gotta figure out how to get that lamp where it's not so bright right there over, but where you can still see the items. We have tons of palm stones, tons of palm stones. And thank you, it is very, very pretty. Let's see, you said you always watch and observe and giggle once the sadness passes. It can be sad sometimes. Um, when we moved here a few 12, 13, whatever years ago, 12, 10, I don't know, 10, 9. So the children were young. They were all middle school and below. I'm bored. And I was like, if you're breathing, you don't have the right to say you're bored. You don't have the right to say you're bored, especially in America, especially them years ago. You have books. You have homework, for that matter. You have a hammer. You have a gun and a bow. You have breath. If you have breath in your body, you don't have the right to say you're bored. Go learn something. Go do something. Go build something. Go destroy something. Go destroy and rebuild something. Go read. And now I have one that reads so much that even though a lot of times it's on that note 9 to be reading and reading a book, and I'm like, dude, you're killing your eyes. I don't care. I'm reading this book. This book's good. That child has probably read in the last 8 years about, I'm going to say at least 100 books, if not more. At least 7 to 10 books a year, if not more. That's cool, Samantha. Scrying with your eyes just being closed. That's awesome. Because you can, if you think about it, when, oh, you say you don't get bored anymore. You love your, I love my free time and alone time, even if it's napping. So what you could incorporate in your free time with the napping thing is to take that free time and go into a guided meditation, even if it causes you to sleep or feel like you have slept. Because if you take a guided meditation into an actual nap, you come out of it when the meditation's over and you feel like you napped for hours and you feel great. So add that in there. Do past life regression, do anything guided would be a great thing for you to do when you have that alone time, to get that refreshing nap feeling in. Excuse me again. So, I am going to go over here and do a quick thingy. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Facebook is either showing me stuff that, yeah, showing me stuff that's not there, of course. Do 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 do. So today we had to go over to my son's new job, and then he had to call me to come get him back because we didn't have our address on the check I sent to get my copy of the birth certificate, because I gave it to him and he said I didn't give it to him and he couldn't find it, and then he was like, wait, I think you did give it to me, I'm going to try to find it, and then he never tried. Okay. Today they say, oh, we have to have that birth certificate because your student ID's expired when you graduated in 2018. I'm like, good. So he comes home and finds it. Give me just a second, speaking of which. Hey, Cole. Call Food Lion. Alright, it's almost 8. Make sure you get it done. I mean, 7. In March. Still a kid. Always gonna be. Alright. Thank you, Samantha, for putting the link to the website and the discount code to use at checkout. How many people are with us right now? I know you're here, Samantha. I know you know we have the Affirm on the website now. So you can check out with Affirm on the website these days, which is really cool. If you don't know what that is, Affirm is a third-party, thank you, Sammy. Affirm is a third-party, like a creditor. So you go on the website, kahnsbetterhealth.com. When you go to checkout, you click Affirm, Pay with Affirm. They give you where you can set up an option to make payments. And I made it where you can do 0% interest. I pay a little bit more to Affirm so you don't have to, and if you pay it off within a certain allotted time. I know they can give you up to 36 months, but I don't think anybody's going to go wipe out the website and need 36 months. But um, it depends on lots of factors. They do a soft hit to your credit. I know a lot of people don't want hits on their credit, but a soft hit means it won't show up on your credit as somebody checked your credit. But if you are approved, of course, it's a creditor, so if you check out with Affirm, it's going to give you a line of credit. But it also gives you the option to get more items off the website, because in the metaphysical world, if you see a crystal like this egg here, this Mangano actually has a crack right where my finger's going. Let me see if I can do something with that lamp real quick. Let's see if that helps with the camera where we still have some light. Yeah, so see the almost all the way to the middle. So I loved this. I loved it because I like to meditate with crystals, and I can envision in my meditation entering the crystal. So with this super sparkly hole here or crack here or whatever you want to call it, I can go in and sit down on the little parts of the crystal and chill and meditate. So I wanted this egg for that reason. Ah, that light's still not working. Ah! Okay, I was hoping that with the lamp down that you would be able to see that bright pink on there. With the camera's like, nope, autocorrect. I'm like, no, no, don't. It's UV reaction. Stop that. Okay, so, crystals, what I was going to say. This egg, there's not another one just like it anywhere on the planet. Nowhere. So no matter what crystal you get, there's not another Mangano chunk just like this one. So if you see a carving or a crystal, especially if it has a vug or a druzy, or it has like super sparkly stuff going on, oh, these so pretty, and you want it, but you can't really afford to purchase it outright at the moment, you can check out with a firm. And you can actually throw a couple extra pieces in your basket, check out with a firm, and make weekly or monthly or however you set up with them payments. And as long as you keep your payments, you keep your interest rate that they give you at checkout, which should be 0 if you qualify with, a small amount or whatever amount, or pay it off within the allotted time they tell you to do for the 0% interest. And I'm glad you love eggs. I do too. Right. Soft hit does not hurt your credit, but if you are approved, say you go on the website and you see one of those big, nice, pretty ocean jasper hearts, and you want that one, and you got to have it. And then you grab a handful of different tumbles that I have over 120 tumbles on the site. Yeah, I drop crystals if I try to sleep with them in my hand, so I just sleep with them next to me or near me. They're all over the place anyway around here. But we have 4 cats, and the cats like to knock them off. And Wendy says, I've used a firm many times and love it. We bought my son's bedroom furniture on the firm, paid it off early, and they took the extra interest off. It's a great service. That's awesome, Wendy. That's cool. So if they set you up and you have like a specific interest rate, you can pay it off early and not pay the extra interest, is what you're saying. That's good. So a soft hit doesn't hurt your credit score at all. It doesn't make it go up, doesn't make it go down. It's just them pinging, per se. And then they come back and say, yes, you can qualify for $300 at payments of $50 a month for a year, whatever that is, 6, 12 months, whatever that ends up being. So, you can say yes, and then you will see it on your credit because it is a creditor. Or you can just say, okay, I know I'm going to get it, but I don't want it right now for those items. I'll just come back when I'm ready, now that I know I can get it. You know what I'm saying? So it is silly that your son thinks it's silly when when your son finds rocks in your bed, he thinks it's silly. Girl, and I knew it was there. I found a remote in my bed when I went to wash my sheets last night. It's like, oh shoot, the heater remote, because I have a little portable standing heater in my room because the ductwork in there needs to be replaced, and I have the little remote. If it gets too hot, I can turn it down. If it gets too cold, I can turn it up. And yes, to no penalty if you pay off your firm early, which is really cool. So If you're watching this video all the way through, because we've been over an hour now, check out on the website at Kahn's Better Health and check out using Affirm. If you're a first-time credit person, like first time getting credit, and they give you a little bit of credit, it's a great way to build your credit. So you can choose 6, 12, 24, 36 months. It tells you interest, it tells you the monthly payment, it tells you the amount you'll pay when you pay it off, and it lets you pick which one you want to use. Now, does Affirm allow you to do weekly or bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or is it just monthly? That's cool. Sammy, that's what I was going to say last night. Oh my gosh. See, it always happens when we do this. Okay, last night I was going to say we can actually do stuff like that on Coffee Table Talks. If you guys are interested, hit me up. I want to be able to do these things with you guys. I got wires and tools you've never seen and heard of, I'm sure. And we can do little wire wraps. We can do all kinds of fun things like that on the Coffee Table Talks. You guys just tell me what you're interested in, and I really need to write some of these things down so I can remember that that's what we're going to do Coffee Table Talk on. They only have monthly with Affirm, but you can pay every few weeks and make extra payments if you wish. So if you check out with Affirm and your cart is $300, so you all know me well enough to know I don't build boxes and I don't hold product. It is difficult for space. It's difficult for my brain to remember who bought what and where to put it and did I sell it and no. I am working very diligently to get things on the website so that you guys can just go over there and pick it up and carry on. And if you check out with Affirm, they send me the money that day or night. And then I'm going to put wire wrapping for a table talk idea. Table talk. Okay, so they send me the money, and instead of you making that payment to me, you can stretch out your payment with them as far as you need to, but you get your stuff shipped just as fast as if you paid me all of it. How exciting is that? So instead of waiting the month or 2 months or 3 months and me having the box in the way and having this, did I sell that to somebody I remember vaguely, but it's still here, etc. What? Oh, you're waiting for that. Okay, so I gotta get reading my Mercury retrograde book. Have you started reading yours, Sammy? Your Mercury retrograde book? Have you been reading that? Because we apparently need to get on that one. We have people wanting to talk about it and figure out how to use it to their advantage versus their disadvantage. So yeah, you have started. Ooh, me too. I gotta get it back in my hands, and it'd be good to take a break from some of those classes I'm in anyway, so I might just have to pick up that Mercury retrograde book again for a few minutes. But there I went talking too much. My eyes used to be almost black because I have been, and the camera's not picking it up, because I have been eating mostly organic raw food. My eyes are now hazel. They were such a dark, deep brown that they were nearly black, and the inside is green and the outside is brown. So I'm waiting for them to turn completely green. Your cat sneezed on your butt. Ew, cat sneezes can be messy. My cat, the my cat of the 4 my cats, okay. The orange cat with the amber eyes, that's a female named Tiny, because she was this little bitty teeny tiny cat. She likes to drool through her nose and mouth when she's happy, and if she sneezes when she's happy, it's a bloody mess. Okay, so wire wrapping, Mercury retrograde, Affirm. Okay, So it's really great that you can check out with a firm and pay them but get your items now versus later, versus me having to figure out whether or not I sold something, versus, why is this sitting here? I swear I sold it. No, I didn't. Let me sell it again. And don't think that hadn't happened, because it has. And that's why one of the many reasons I don't build boxes is I might sell your item to somebody else. Also, oh, that's no good that the kitty has breathing issues. We have my daughter's my cat, Star, likes to have sneezing fits for no reason whatsoever. She'll just sneeze. And when she does, you gotta immediately go get her, or else you'll hear achoo, 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 and the cat's just sneezing, 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 till you get to her and kind of like soothe her, and then she'll stop sneezing. It's so weird. Oh, sneezing in the face of kitties is gross. Oh yeah. So Wendy's kitty drools when it's happy too. I'm glad Tiny's not the only drooler. Now Tiny is also the one that had a stroke when she was like 5, and I 99.9% believe it was the flea medication, and Bear swore up and down it wasn't, and I was like, I don't believe you, and I'm not ever gonna believe you, so quit trying to get me to believe you. And she will, if you don't give her kisses, and she wants her kisses, and she wants her kisses, she'll literally reach up with her claws and grab your shirt and pull you down for kisses. Crazy cats. Cats are amazing. They are so independent, and when they're needy, they're needy. They're so much like humans, you know? They're they're the perfect female companion. Unlike dopey dogs. I know some people are dog people. Don't get on me. Yeah, yeah, but I'm not a great big dog person at all. I do love a pit bull, and I've had a couple, but I love pit bulls. I also love tiny dog like Yorkie, but not Chihuahuas. And yeah, I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person, for sure. So, all right. We talked about a firm. We did our card pull. We watched me heard me say a bad word because I dropped my daughter's little alien she made me years ago. I can't believe I did that. And um, talked about the zombie apocalypse and how we're ready, because nobody gets out of life alive. We're all going to die sooner or later, one way or another. There's a kitty thing. Oh. So there's a kitty thing where out of nowhere they have a stroke between 4 and 6 years of age, and they're females, and both her sister's cats. That I had no idea of. I just know the vet was a complete boo boo hole, and I'm not going to say what boo boo stands for here. So the boo boo hole vet said, well, if you had $5,000, you could take her to Raleigh and figure out what happened, but I suggest you take her home and give her some love and see what happens. And I said, I suggest beep, 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 mother. That guy really should have never talked to me like that. It was uncalled for. But I'm glad to know that my kitty was not the only one. She is one of those orange tabbies, female, with the amber eyes, which is highly unusual. Most of the amber eye ones are male. So she's very unique. She's very loving. She was not until her stroke, but since then she's become a really good, sweet baby. Um, and Sammy's gonna get her a dog when she gets her house in the country. And Wendy's dog is a slave to the cats. How funny! How funny! How odd that Wendy, two different vets told you guys there was a name for the female cats at that age having a stroke, and then I have 4 female cats, and that only the one did, and the only vet that said anything was a total boo boo head about it. Like, total boo boo. So, did they say whether or not it shortens their lifespan? Because that's been a concern of mine. Yep, we all learn something in these talks. We all have so much knowledge, and it's great to be able to come together as a community and talk and hang out for a little while. You know, an hour a day, it's almost like a downtime away from everything else just to sit and talk and learn something. You know, learning is an amazing thing, and the more knowledge we have, the more we can help other people. Hmm. That's odd, Wendy. A blood spot on their left eye and the color part that's permanent. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, speaking of that, while I'm waiting for Wendy to tell me if it shortens their lifespan, if she remembers if anybody said that, when my twins were born almost 21 years ago, there was an older lady across the street, and she was what I said was my angel because I didn't have a lot of family to help me with um, the twins, but she did. Her name was Jeanette, and she was amazing. And Samantha, if you wear contacts, that happened to me when I wore contacts, the solution or the contacts or something. I hadn't worn them in years. I put on contacts, and I looked like a zombie in one eye. Just totally went crazy. But Jeanette, I said, you have a heart. Right in the bottom of your iris, in the very center, was a tiny little heart. Perfect heart. And I said, that's where the angels kissed you before they sent you to me, because she was a godsend and she loved them babies. So, um, oh no. Okay. So, the vets don't think it shortened their lives. My tiny is 10, and typically cats will live 18 to 20 years. So I was just curious if, because I worry about her, which I shouldn't worry, but I do. She my sweet pea. Um, oh, that's funny. No contacts. Keeping your eye on it, pun intended. Keep an eye on that spot on your eye. All right. So I didn't tell anybody who my secret admirer was that sent me this gorgeous ring and this amazing anxiety tea, because, you know, my secret admirer knows that I can be a little anxious at times. Try not to be when we're coffee table talking. I try to just be my normal silly self. And Mercury retrograde book is here. If anybody else wants to grab a copy and read with me and Sammy, we are going to be discussing the Yasmin Bolin and Kim Farnell Mercury retrograde book, Turn Chaos into Creativity to Repair, Renew, and Revamp Your Life. Good little book. Good little book so far. I'm not very far into it. You know, I'm about yay far. But I do need to take a break from some of the other learning. I did say who? When did I say who? Who is my secret admirer? I don't remember saying it. You should, Phoenix. You should order it and read it with us, so when we do our coffee table talk or 2 or 3 on Mercury retrograde, you, me, and Samantha can give everybody some new knowledge on that. And definitely when it goes on YouTube, if anybody types in Mercury retrograde, they'll be able to watch us, watch me talk to y'all and read your stuffs. Oh no, 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 no. Jason and Phoenix Rising is who the T came from, but it's not my stalker. It's not my favorite stalker either. My secret admirer favorite stalker person, who also sent some cute little socks that said, go away. I'm like, okay, somebody knows me too well. Maybe. I don't want everybody else to know me that well, though. Yay, book club. there was a cute box that it all came in with some go-away socks and some hand sanitizer. Because who don't need that in 2020? Oh, that camera always gets me. I'm backwards. Sugar cookie. And a candle I didn't completely open because I didn't want my nose to go haywire crazy. But I think that's a candle with some Christmas tree scented something going on. But the anxiety tea made me laugh, and the gorgeous little ring made me smile. Like, I don't know how to make a bigger smile. I look like my grandmother. Ugh. She was skinny though. You need a secret admirer. You're right, we all need one. That was a really cool little box to open. Oh, I didn't see her say she was getting a book. Oh yeah, you do need one of those books. So grab one. It's definitely been... They did a lot of research. What I'm reading, they did a lot of research. And this one is cool because in the back, I love this, there is the next 10 years have your dates for retrograde. So we are December 14th, 2020. The next retrograde will start January 30th. So that's when Mercury goes back into retrograde. And everybody, don't forget, a week from today is the North Star, the Christmas star, the big planetary alignment that looks like a giant star in the sky. First time in 800 years. Everybody get outside. Hopefully it's clear. And I remember to get my camera. Y'all saw my moon pictures, right? And get outside and take some really cool pictures with that expensive camera I bought that's still sitting in the cabinet. Oh my god, that looks like my dad. Too funny. This thing, my head's lopsided or something. It's the camera. I can't get used to it. You should get the book. You should definitely get the book and read the book. And we should all hang out and talk about the book on a coffee table talk. And we've all of us here were in the room the other night. That was really cool too. Now it did say post to Facebook or something like that, so we might have to try that one day too and see how that goes. I don't know if I'll be able to download it and throw it on YouTube, and when I throw the videos up on YouTube, I share them to Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. So the only place it's not getting thrown up on is Instagram, and I probably could do that since Instagram and Facebook are the same or whatever. So might have to check that out, put them all up there and let people find us there too as well. So alrighty, ladies, I don't think we have any gentlemen in the room tonight or the table talk tonight. I think we got the guys to come into the room the other night and they were like, whoa. They weren't expecting a whole hen house. It was kind of funny. It was cute. You know, they were very respectful and they didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Now, Chad was all like, oh man, I tried to get Tyler, his son, who's now 13, which trips me out because I remember Tyler when he was 3. Now he's like a grown kid. They were trying to get back on the room, but we were already all gone, and they were like, aw. So, looking forward to Christmas Day doing that again and getting us all in the room and hanging out and coming and going and showing our books and our presents and our food and our whatever else we have going on. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here because it's almost 7:30 and one of the kids is supposed to have gotten off at 7, so I may possibly get that call any moment saying need my ride to get off the computer coffee table talk and come get me. So I love you. I love you, Phoenix. I love you, Sammy. I love you, Wendy. I love you all. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you tomorrow.